Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Meme and Die podcast. I know you missed us, and you already know who it is. This is Musio, and I'm joined by my fellow amazing co-hosts, Cord_Gamer.
What's up?
And Noc.V.
How's it going?
And this week we have a lot of stuff planned for you guys. A lot of crazy news went down this week. And I feel like, honestly, before we even go into the personal questions, we're going to address like kind of the elephant in the room that, like, if we didn't address it, it would be kind of weird, which is the invasion of the Ukraine.
Wait.
Of Ukraine by Russia.
We're doing this?
Yeah, we're doing this first because you weren't here, but me and Noc talked about it. It would just feel weird if we didn't talk about it because it's literally been the biggest thing in I gotta say, it's a fucking big thing. It's a big deal.
Man, I love being kept in the loop of my own podcast. Let's go.
Listen, this is what happens whenever
for like 10
you
minutes.
went to go piss.
Okay.
You went to go piss for 10 minutes.
My bad that y'all started the call 30 minutes early. God, I have a life, barely, and I enjoy it to its maximum.
No life, only podcast.
I want to say this is probably like the biggest kind of news thing that's like shook the world since the actual pandemic.
Yeah, I would say so.
I mean, there was like the whole thing with Iran for a little bit, but
I mean,
I think it's worth it to...
Even then, Iran peaked at 9/11. So Iran peaks before it even happened. Let's be real.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Interesting take. But anyways,
it's a base
I just
take.
wanted to mention that. I just wanted to mention it because, you know, it's a big fucking thing. And I don't know about y'all, but like it's kind of fucked up what Russia be doing. I'm not gonna lie. I'm for the Ukraine.
I think pretty much everybody is. Most Russians are as well, and like nobody wants this. It's only Putin stroking his fucking ego, trying to take over some land and reclaiming the Soviet Union for his ego and for potentially like resources that Ukraine has, which is they've got a lot of shit in terms of. Yeah. Just natural resources and shit.
I think Putin said that oh my God, I can't remember what it was called. Whenever Russia was the big thing before it became Russia and a bunch of other, that's the thing. Losing that was the biggest tragedy of the 21st century. Yep. That's what he said, which is fucking wild.
Yeah. And he's obviously not, I don't know, like, depending on what happens in the future, it's looking pretty. I want to say it's looking pretty bleak for them in terms of their success.
It is.
Ukraine has held on very, very well, seemingly, mainly because what Russia's been throwing at the Ukraine has been pure shit.
Yeah. Anyways, I don't know. Cord, any thoughts, opinions, ideas?
War. What does it get for? Absolutely nothing.
Really nothing. Yeah. Okay then. Okay, yeah, I don't really want to stay on this for too long, just because I just feel like it was like necessary to mention it, not to like sweep it under the rug. So let's move on to more lighthearted topics. You know, our lighthearted questions, which we're going straight into it, boys. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of didn't plan out questions for this week, so I just wrote whatever came to my mind. Yeah, like literally within the last hour. So first question: do you prefer Big Booba or is flat justice, or do you not care? Noc, take it away.
All tits are good tits.
Amen. 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 I'm not gonna lie. I lean toward flatter chested people, but on the other hand, it really does all come down to personality. Yeah, and like here's the thing: I've also said in the past on this podcast, I'm a tits guy.
I thought you were a thigh. No, you said you were a thigh guy.
Well, in a conversation of just between the butt and the tits, I take the boobies. Yes.
Fair enough.
Mm-hmm. Yes, of course. Coward. The round table seeks your answer.
Where do you land on this?
Medium.
Interesting.
Okay.
not too
likes
big,
a good distribution.
not too small, but just right.
Honestly, I kind of
All right.
I expected Cord to be a person into the very large, voluptuous chest kind of shit, but I was mistaken.
I used to be big booba all the way.
Bro, that's just too much to deal with, bro. That's just too much. You can't have too much of a good thing. No, you can't have too much of a good thing.
No, it just kind of,
just for example, one bottle of vodka is okay, but 15 bottles of vodka is too much, bro. You can't have too much of a good thing. Medium. Balance.
I'm just gonna take a sip of some ginger ale while you said that. Good lord. I don't know. I feel like I've switched over the years, though. I definitely used to prefer a bigger chest on a woman, which is kind of a strange sentence to say out loud now that I say it.
You're the one who wrote this shit.
I know.
You take responsibility for your responsibility for your actions.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like just as I got older, preferences changed. That's what you do
understandable.
As people. So yeah. Anyways, second thing for this week is kind of a question to the audience. Would you guys like to see us do like meme react like streams and then have those turned into videos? That's just like way out there in the open. We had this idea. We talked about it last night. We had like a little meeting, a little powwow talking about this kind of thing. I was literally
about to say a powwow and you just fucking said it.
Yeah.
Yo, we had a powwow last night, guys.
That's right, a powwow.
We've been considering it, and I feel like it would be appropriate if we asked our audience first and we kind of get their input. If you guys do want to see it or don't want to see it, we're probably going to try it out anyways, just to kind of test the waters. But I don't know. Leave us a comment if you're interested and let us know. Anyways, enough about you guys. Now it's about us. So what gets you motivated whenever you're exhausted? Like you get home from like work or school or something like that and you're just feeling pooped. How do you pick yourself back up? Cord.
Big booba.
Now that's not an answer.
That is an answer.
I mean, it kind of can be, but it really depends on the specifics.
I'm confused. Can you elaborate? I'm confused.
You know, the best things in life don't get elaboration. They are stated, and you are left to ponder them, to mine the truths yourself.
Typical Cord non-answer. All right, moving on.
Yeah, I don't want to give your non-answer my brain cells, bro. I'm not thinking about that.
Big booba. Medium booba.
Okay. Honestly, for me, I've been kind of struggling with this lately because I've tried a lot of things. Nothing really gets me like up to 100% per se, but the most charging thing for me to do is just listen to music that's really loud and fast, I guess. A lot of breakcore has really been helping.
Breakcore,
just because
really?
The percussion. Yeah, well, because the percussion just goes like, and it's like so fast.
Yeah.
And so it's just like, I like, like I feel like I'm like getting charged with electricity as I'm listening to it. And so I'm just like, other than that, a late night coffee, I guess helps, but that's not the thing that really wakes me up. I feel like the fast paced music like that with weird sounds, because they keep me on edge, kind of. Noc, how about you?
I had a kind of different thought, I guess, in terms of how I interpreted this question. I mean, music, same. Music's good. I want to say this is the reason why I said like this was kind of interpreted a little different, but like something that motivates me is giving my kid a hug.
Aww. Yeah, that's adorable.
No, it feels good to be like motivated by that little guy, and it's like kind of reminds me of what I'm doing everything for, you know.
Damn, that's adorable. That's good answer. We love a supportive dad who loves his kid. Look at that. All right, then for the last question, literally the opposite of the previous question, but do you have a content creator whose videos you watch to fall asleep? I'll go first on this one. For me, it is a mix between the Game Grump, like there's literally like sleep compilations. People just make compilations of Game Grumps clips to just like fall asleep to. And probably Jerma, just because I like his voice. And I can't fall asleep to Markiplier, even though I do like his voice because he always plays scary games and it's loud. Someone else take this.
Yeah, when I need to go to sleep, I go to bed. I don't use anything to fall asleep. Like if I did, it'd probably like just wake up Rachel and piss her off.
That's interesting.
So no, it's like,
Cord, what about you?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
There you go.
My favorite content creator that I fall asleep to the most is it's called The Space Between Before Your Eye.
Wow, really?
Yeah. Like,
wait, am I the only one who like watches stuff to like go to sleep?
Yeah.
What?
We're normal. You're not.
Okay, comments on top of the question I asked before. Do you guys also fall asleep to YouTube video? I don't want to feel singled out like this. I swear there's definitely people who like they like listen to the radio or like they watch YouTube videos or something like that.
When I was a kid, back when I was like 13, I had a stereo, like actually fucking cool ass hi-fi stereo next pretty much just next to my head, and I would either listen to the radio or I used to be into like commercial trance. It was like one of the first electronic things I got into, and I just used to listen to my trance CDs. I'd have that shit going the whole night.
Wow. Interesting. Well, I feel like I've just exposed myself as being fucking insane.
No, it's not it's not an uncommon thing for people to fall asleep to shit. It's like,
okay, interesting. That's interesting that neither of you two do it. That's really surprising to me. Not shocking, surprising.
Bruh, my Bluetooth earbuds have to charge some way.
That is true. Well, I just listen on my phone speakers.
Yeah,
I've
tried sleeping with headphones on, or headphones or earplugs in. I just cannot do it.
I need in-ears to fall asleep. I can't.
I've done it. I don't think I could do it.
Ears. I've done it once at like a house party to where I needed to go to sleep at like 2 and the party was still going on. So I went upstairs, put on both earbuds to like some like the 10-hour rain music type shit, and fell asleep that way to wake up at
lo-fi
8
with rain.
Yeah, not even lo-fi with rain. It was just rain with lo-fi.
Oh, interesting. I will say the only time I've slept with over ears on is whenever I fall asleep in VR. That's like the only time I do that. Yeah,
that makes sense.
Yeah. Okay, interesting. Well, I was not expecting that. Just like the audience of HoloLive was not expecting the termination of Rushia. I mean, she had a controversy last week that we talked about, but I was not expecting her to be like, kicked out of the company, like her contract ripped to shreds. Like this was pretty shocking because we thought like maybe she would catch like a ban or like maybe she wouldn't be allowed to make content for some amount of time. But no, her contract is gone. And according to the company, it was because she was leaking information to people outside of the company, and she was hurting their name, like kind of behind the scenes. So she was like leaking info, and I guess
I kind of wonder how much of that was reactionary to the drama. Was it last week or was it the week before? No, it was the week before. Just the stuff with Rushia and was it Mafu?
Mafu, yeah.
I can't help but think that like that whole thing went down and she was just bad mouthing HoloLive behind closed doors because of like maybe her treatment because of that whole thing.
I don't know. The statement's only like a page long, so they really don't give you that much to go off of.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they I don't know if this was a thing that she had continuously done or if it was like this just happened, but
probably just HoloLive being all like, she was calling us names to her friends.
Oh, maybe so. I don't know. It is very sad to see her go though, because I think we talked about Kiryu Coco and her getting fucking destroyed by HoloLive, but Rushia and Kiryu Coco, like they're taking out some of their top most popular talents just because of dumb controversy. Yeah, because I think Rushia was number 3 most like,
man, that's crazy,
either profitable or most watched VTuber in HoloLive. I can't remember. Some wild stat like that.
And they're going to come back and do shit like without HoloLive, right?
Probably, yeah.
I wonder if this is kind of going to be like, you know, when Dr. Disrespect got banned off Twitch and he wasn't able to do anything with anybody on Twitch because, you know, when he went back to YouTube, he literally couldn't do anything with like Tim the Tap Man because that was against Twitch TOS. I kind of wonder if it's the same with, like I'd assume these people, I don't know too much about HoloLive, but I'd assume that the people on HoloLive, they kind of interact and do stuff with each other's streams. And I'm assuming that can't happen now.
What I've seen, Kiryu Coco moved on to become an indie VTuber. I have seen her interact with just not HoloLive or HoloLive English, but she will collab with the, oh my god, what are they called? V Shoujo. I'm sorry, V Shoujo and like a couple other groups, like a bunch of indie VTubers. So they it's like you do have an alternate community, but like it just kind of sucks that like you lose your main jig because you definitely make less money.
Yeah, I mean it really depends.
And you're also paying for a lot more equipment whenever you're not backed by an org.
Yeah,
I feel like that's something that gets overlooked. streaming properly, not cheap.
You think HoloLive just kicks her out and goes, "Hey, we're going to need our equipment back."
Probably. I would not doubt that she was not streaming from her home. She was streaming from an office.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. Holy shit!
Well, yeah, because they're a massive entertainment organization. Yeah.
I didn't even think that they would have a studio set up and they actually literally go to a designated space to do this stuff.
Yep.
Does she even have control over her assets?
I don't think she does. Actually,
like,
now that you say that,
imagine that she actually needs to go to somebody who does like live 2D rigging and shit and be like, "Hey, I need you to remake Rushia."
Well, you can't do that because the company owns.
Oh my
the
god,
image
that's
of Rushia.
fucked.
Well, here's the way that these companies work is they already have the character made, all the rights to the character, like everything like that. Basically, they're hiring people to be actors and play the character.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's not really like
it's not quite as easy for them, isn't it?
No, it's not like you're hiring a personality that already exists. You're hiring somebody to play a personality, to play a character.
And you know what I just realized?
What?
That I didn't do the Wordle for today, and we've been spending way too much time on this content, on this VTuber shit.
We probably have.
Hey, have you been doing the Wordle while we've been talking?
No, I just realized.
Okay.
So I'm just now doing it while speaking right now. But anyways, we should move on.
We should move on, yeah.
Yeah.
This is a whole rabbit hole, man, but it's wild. Anyways, let's see here. Shoot, I don't have any good transitions. Nothing seems to be flowing very well, but I might need to, turn a valve and get things flowing. Speaking of which, Cord, why don't you tell us about Valve?
Any specific one?
Take your pick.
Talk about their big guy at the head of the company.
Their big guy? They're big, yeah. The big man.
Everybody's favorite guy.
Papa
Gayman.
Our Lord and Savior Gabe Newell.
Gay Newell.
Gaben.
That's how he says his name.
Gaben Well.
Gaben Newell.
Gaben. Where's the N coming from?
Gabenuel.
Thank you.
His name is Gaben.
Gabenuel. I'm running with that.
You say okay. No, it's Gaben. It's Gaben.
I'm literally looking at GABE. Where's the N?
Get on with it.
He says it in the Half-Life 2 director's cut thingy. He says his name and he says Gaben Newell or something like that.
My God, there's someone with worse.
Shut up.
There's someone with worse grammar. There's someone with worse grammar fucking errors than me. Gaben Newell gave some insight in an interview this week on Valve's crypto stance. For those of you who don't remember, back in 2016 of April, Valve allowed users to purchase games and shit off of Steam using Bitcoin. However, that feature was removed a year and a half later in December of 2017.
Ooh,
Gaben Newell
spicy.
explained that the feature was removed for a few reasons. However, the most prominent reason was that because about 50% of the transactions were just straight up fraudulent.
Whoa.
You have to kind of define fraudulent there.
Sense.
I don't know how to... They were fraudulent.
Do you mean like it would say that the money had gone to Valve, but in reality they received nothing?
I mean, if that's the case, then Valve didn't program their crypto shit right. Like, if they send Bitcoin to Valve, there's no getting that Bitcoin back. It's not possible to make fraudulent transactions in Bitcoin.
The thing, I feel like, I'm trying to remember from the article, I'm pretty sure he said that like a lot of the customers that they was using Bitcoin that were fraudulent were either like from Bitcoin vendors that were fraudulent, or they were trying to scam the system.
I'm not too sure.
Of course,
about
there was
that.
people. I feel like it makes sense that people were trying to game it like that because, you know, it's crypto. That's kind of just how it is.
Exactly. I don't know. It's interesting. He also talked a little bit about how like kind of like with this whole obsession that the internet has had with like NFTs and like kind of trying to translate that into gaming world. So like bringing skins, kind of like the idea of bringing skins or digital property from one game to another is like is something like they would be down for, but like there's just not been a practical application of it, or an application of it that isn't fraudulent.
I am surprised that CS:GO gun skins are not NFTs. I feel like that would be a perfect
possible,
thing.
But at the same time, it's like that's a whole infrastructure rewrite to be able to do that.
Yeah,
I could see something along the lines of like just shitty images coming out, like sprays. Essentially, you could do sprays as NFTs. But that would probably piss people off because the idea of sprays is to be able to upload whatever you want at least in like CS:GO.
Oh. I don't know. So wait, in this new insight from this week, did they say like they're for it or against it?
What do you mean? For or against what?
Like, were they like, yeah, crypto is cool, or were they like, no, crypto is stupid?
I mean, they experienced fraud, so they're down with legal or actual crypto transactions, I suppose.
You're talking about 2016 though. Like Bitcoin was kind of still kind of in its infancy. It had gotten a little bit of attention, but not quite as much as it does now.
A part of it is that he also spoke about how customers had said that they weren't super happy with games costing, with game prices varying very much just because of oh goodness, not the validity, but the volatility. Thank you, of Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies, of how much a value can change, and so thus a game that might cost 1 Bitcoin one day could be a lot more or a lot less the next day.
Yeah, but I mean, like,
interesting.
The way people handle Bitcoin transactions now is they handle it in terms of the fiat currency. Like, you wouldn't just go around saying, oh, this game is 0.06 of a Bitcoin. You would say it's $30. Pay us that much in Bitcoin.
I do not understand that.
I don't buy crypto. Moving on.
I disagree with that.
I mean, I don't know. Did you ever watch that video, that like 2-hour video on NFTs?
I didn't watch it all. I didn't watch it all. I still do want to watch it. My distaste for NFTs is different than my taste for crypto.
No, but like a decent middle chunk of the video is going over. He talks about like cryptocurrencies and some of the failings of cryptocurrencies, which does connect to NFTs.
Sure.
And some of the problems that both of those platforms have.
There are definitely problems.
Anyways.
I still haven't watched that just because I'm an idiot, I guess.
That's 2 hours.
There's you know what? I'll watch it while I go to sleep tonight. How about that?
That I don't think
Big brain.
That's not how watching documentaries work. But speaking about not doing,
Okay, no, we're talking about this. There has been so many times where I've fallen asleep during documentaries. They're fucking the perfect amount of boring and also entertaining to fall asleep to.
Okay, says the listen, I'm gonna say this, and we should move on. Right? This is coming from the man.
Yes.
This is coming from the man who supposedly watched all of the Linus Tech Tips videos, who thought it was a brilliant idea to put WD-40 on his CPU fan. Moving on.
Hey man, if it's broken, put some WD-40 on it. That'll get it moving real good. Oh no, man. That's a whole nother rabbit hole, but we don't have to go there. Speaking of rabbit holes, and I just messed up that transition in my brain. Speaking of rabbit holes and, negative things in the world that companies do.
Negative things in the world that companies do.
I don't know where I'm going with this transition. I'm fucking it up so bad right now.
I feel like you're trying to move into the...
I'm trying so hard, man.
Can't.
Last week, we talked about the rabbit hole of Nintendo, like not being cool with a lot of their like products after, it's been in market for a while. And like the whole communities are like doing stuff with it. And they're like, hey, I don't approve of this. And they shut down Evo this year, but they shut down their event for, Smash Ultimate and Melee at Evo this year. But Noc, tell us, there's a saving grace. What is it?
So it's kind of funny. So I did see the tweet that Evo put out, and it's like they're still doing their show later, or the tournament later this year in Las Vegas. But was Nintendo like doing shit with Evo? Like I don't know too much about this shit, but I know about the
basically the only like connection to Evo that Nintendo had was Evo was like, hey, do you guys mind that we're like having a tournament with your games and making money off of it? And Nintendo was like, yes, we are okay with this. And then this year they were like, no, we are not okay with this.
We are saddened that Nintendo has chosen not to continue that legacy with us this year in the future. So yeah, what?
Just like a short version, but yeah. Yeah, no more Evo probably.
So it was kind of funny because like I watched
sucks
Ludwig's video that he talked about different goals that he was hoping to achieve. Tell us
what the saving grace was, by the way.
I'll get to that. I will get to that. I will get to it.
Sorry.
Okay. So Ludwig,
I do it.
I'm sure you heard about it.
Ludwig promises the Smash community that he will do something to replace Evo, which isn't super out of the picture, out of the blue, because he did just put on a Smash tournament like a month ago. So he obviously has the infrastructure for it, and he definitely has the money for it. And it's nice to see someone caring for the Smash community as Evo has been pulled from Nintendo.
Moving on. Elden Ring got released this week on February 25th. And oh my God, huge. The game has been popping off like crazy, like literally everywhere. It's been taking over Twitch. Literally, I like go to the front page of Twitch, like probably even still to this day on Wednesday, whenever this episode comes out, it'll probably be like half people are playing Elden Ring, half of people are playing something else.
It's really going to fall off that hard.
There's been nothing but what's that?
You reckon it's going to fall off that hard?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Games like this always fall off hard.
Like New World.
It's a great time while it's happening. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But this game has had so much like critical acclaim. It's been great. I've played it. I've been playing it. I'm not very good at it, but I love it. It's super fun. I tried to beat. I set out today to beat one boss. I tried for about 2 hours to try and beat this boss. Still didn't get through him. I ended up like kind of giving up halfway through that stream, and I just like went and grinded for a little bit, came back to it, still couldn't beat him, stopped stream because I was upset, and I cried about it for a little bit. So yeah, great game. I love it.
I think the first like that I actually saw of it was like you playing it on that stream last night. And it was just hilarious seeing like all like the notes that people leave, which is a really fucking cool mechanic, honestly.
It is, yeah. And the other thing is too, I've never played a Souls game or anything like that in my entire life. It's wild. I was having a time. It was great.
Just everybody telling people to jump.
Yes. Oh
That's
my
awesome.
God. Everybody telling people to jump off of cliffs. It's so funny, man. It's so good. People are just like, guys, look, it's the Elden Ring. And it's just like some random like circle of stones on the ground. It's so funny.
Yo.
Head to head.
Yes. Yeah. Head to head. It's just like a decapitated head. So no head ahead, and then it's like nothing. It's so stupid. The other thing that's nice about that though is people will like warn you about big groups of enemies if you look at the messages, but you don't have to look at the messages. So it's kind of like more experienced players are helping like the new people that want to look at the messages, and it's all optional. So, you know, it's up to you whether you want to like have that near experience or not.
Is there?
It's kind of like
Sorry, go on.
It's kind of like if you're with your older brother who has already played the game, and he's like over your shoulder giving you pointers.
Yeah.
It's nice.
I was kind of wondering, is there like a lore kind of reason as to why they have that mechanic, or is it just there for the fun of it?
Good question.
You haven't got far enough yet to figure that out.
We're turning to our From Software lore expert, nobody _ himself.
Yes.
And he has no answer.
Oh, wow. Yeah, because you've played more Dark Souls or Soulsy games
Not really.
stuff than I have.
I've played Dark Souls
Not really?
2. I haven't even beat it. I mean,
that's better than I've done. I have 6.7 hours in Elden Ring.
How many hours do I have in Dark Souls 2?
I bought that game yesterday and I already have 6.7 hours. Oh my God. Oh, guys, I think I have a problem.
I mean, I did, you know, I had to study for an exam that I was supposed to take this morning, right? Around 3 p.m., I hadn't really done anything. I was like, you know what? I need to study for the exam. But first, I'm going to play Dark Souls 2 for just like an hour until I get sick of it. Because like that's what's happened the last couple times. I just need to grind through. 5 hours later, I went, I need to go get dinner now.
Oh, shit. Oh, that's the worst. No.
It's the best. What you mean? Still scored an 89 on the exam without barely studying for it. So
oh, hell yeah.
Not even worried about it.
Okay, that's
exactly.
That's good. Nice. Yeah. So yeah, game is very good, but game is very hard at the same time. If you're looking for a challenge, then strap in. Yeah, hold on to your butts.
Isn't that like it's the same for all Dark Souls games?
What?
Like they're known for being kind of hard, aren't they?
Yes.
Yes, apparently. Allegedly. I don't know. It's my first time playing one. I like it. Anyways, let's move on to more Valve news because they've been kind of taking a little bit of a center stage recently. Cord, do you want to tell us about what they got stewing?
Yeah. Or not, right. Valve announced that while they have no plans for a Steam Game Pass or something like that, they are willing to better integrate the Xbox Game Pass with PC players.
Interesting. Ooh. How would that work?
I don't know. Not sure. I do know that
that's such a weird thing to...
PC players that use the Xbox Game Pass do have to use like the Xbox interface, and it's definitely not the best.
Bro, Xbox Game... the what is it? Whenever you hit Windows G, whatever the fuck it's called, it's the worst. It's so ass, bro. I hate it.
Yeah, I don't.
It's so bad.
It would be nice if that was a whole separate interface, not just a layer on top of Windows. Like, make it a part of the taskbar that I can switch to and switch out of when I want to.
Ooh. Yeah. Instead of being an overlay.
Yeah, the overlay, like, the overlay is good for like little miniature little things that you want to do while you're playing a game, but not as like your literal only access to that interface. Just, oh my God,
well,
it annoys me so much.
It's not very intuitive either.
There's a different interface than that, the thing that you guys are thinking of for Xbox Game Pass, but it's still nowhere near as good as Steam.
People should just use fucking Discord. Especially for like if you want to chat to friends, because that's the main thing that I've used that Windows G menu for, at least. And if you're like, oh, I have an Xbox, I can't use Discord, get it on your phone. I don't care. I'm being vicious.
I do kind of want to know what they mean by like better integrating with Xbox Game Pass to PC players. Like, do they want to like make some sort of like cross social integration where you can talk to like within Steam, talk to Xbox?
No. I think Xbox Game Pass is not the voice. It's like the subscription service that PC. So I think it would be more of like being able to download and play Xbox Game Pass games off of Steam.
I mean, that makes more sense.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah. I feel like if it's like, oh, do you have the Xbox Game Pass? And then you log in to a sub menu on Steam, and then it checks like, oh yes, you are. And then it's like, you have access to these games here. You can download them here.
Yeah. That would be kind of interesting.
I feel like, I don't know. Is that more like efficient though? I mean, is that necessary?
It would mean having to install one less game managing thing. So you don't have Origin, you don't have Uplay, you don't have just the absolute plethora of bullshit you have to deal with as a PC gamer.
Oh shit! Valve's going for a monopoly. That's crazy.
No, more Valve
of a partnership. It sounds like.
Valve is trying to fucking get some of that fucking Game Pass money, bro. That's what they're trying to do.
That is true.
I mean, if they can,
Game Pass is like super worth it too, is the thing. So like a ton of people have it.
If they can sort of proposition themselves to Microsoft as kind of like a, hey, we can integrate and we can potentially bring you more money by advertising Game Pass through Steam. That way, like, people get the best of both worlds, I guess. Yeah. That's the way that it kind of makes sense to me.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. All right then. Speaking of things that are available or soon to be available to people, Nintendo dropped some shit on us this week. What did they announce?
I don't know, man. But like the Pokemon Company, I feel like, and this might be a little bit premature to say this, but they've been doing things right recently. And
a controversial take.
Controversial take. I mean, we had the disappointment that was Sword and Shield. So everybody was apprehensive about Legends Arceus. I don't know how to pronounce it. Which turned out to be pretty good. So now we have the announcement of a brand new generation of games. Gen 9 now? I think it's Gen 9.
Oh god, I think it was either Gen 8 or 9. Yeah,
we're getting brand new Pokemon generation, Scarlet and Violet, which is kind of interesting because I feel like they've had like weird non-standard names of colors and stuff. In fact, they broke away from colors when they did X and Y, they did Sword and Shield, and now they're kind of going back to doing Scarlet and Violet, which is kind of cool. The whole video has this really, in terms of the world, has this kind of, I want to say kind of Latin / Spanish kind of feel to it. The architecture is very much that kind of way. We've got the 3 new starters that we kind of got a little bit of a sneak peek on. We've got, I don't know how to pronounce this shit, but Sprigatito, which is like a grass cat looking thing. Pretty cool. We got Fuecoco, which is a fire, I want to say fire crocodile. I had it listed here as fire gator. I think it was actually mentioned to be fire croc. But we got Quaxley as the water starter, which is just a fucking duck, a blue duck.
Hey, do not shit on Quaxley. I love Quaxley. Fuck you. Okay.
I'm all about Flake-Coco, man. That thing looks fucking sick.
Oh. Okay, he looks like an apple with legs. Bitch.
We're actually fighting, man. I want to pull up that fucking video clip of I don't know. Have you guys seen Billy Madison?
Nope.
Billy Madison. That name is very familiar.
Then it's not going to make sense. So I'm just going to move on. The game looks pretty good. I'm hoping that they kind of take some inspiration, or at least they used, I don't know, it would have been too late in the development cycle to do this, but like using some of the things from Legends Arceus that made that game special and use that in this new generation of games. I think I'm kind of looking forward to this one. Oh. I got Sword. Or was it Shield that I got? I can't remember. I played like 2 minutes of it and I'm like, fuck this. Yep. And I'm hoping to finally see, because I've been getting into Pokemon stuff like a lot more recently, and it would be nice to see a game that doesn't suck.
I really hope that the return to like colors and stuff is kind of like
return to former glory.
The way that we used to do things. Yeah.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
I hope it's like a little bit different though. Like, I really hope that they use X and Y as a model.
Okay.
Because, and I kind of think they might do that because it's like, I guess they've kind of been doing this for the last couple of games, but like X and Y was very much like kind of French, I guess. Mm-hmm. And so I feel like they'll kind of go that direction, which I like. I don't know about the whole open world thing, because most Pokemon games, I would say, kind of have like a structure to them that you have to follow.
Yeah.
When it says open world, does that mean like you can go to any gym at any time, or does that mean like open world you can capture Pokemon like that are just like out in the wild?
I think that's kind of what I'm thinking more along the lines of like, say for example, with like earlier gen games, they really, really controlled where you could go and where you couldn't go. Like you had those little path through places where it's like you start going through it, and it's like, no, you need to get the soul badge to get through here.
You need to spray water on the little Sudowoodo,
which we actually literally just did in Pokemon Revolution. Like within the last 3 hours, I caught a Sudowoodo.
Yo.
But yeah, like I think more to the point of like in terms of controls and the way movement is, it's not grid based. It's kind of a little bit more open, bigger areas, but they might still have that kind of control of the, I guess kind of like linear might be the best way to say it, but like a linear movement through the actual storyline. But at the same time, having not necessarily open world in terms of you can just explore everywhere from the get go, but the actual movement is kind of like, Breath of the Wild kind of style,
Yeah. Okay.
Third person kind of.
So I feel like this is going to be a love child of Pokemon X and Y and Legends Arceus, or at least that's what I hope it is, because that would be awesome.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if I've talked about it before, but I kind of like Pokemon X and Y, like a little bit.
If you haven't mentioned it on the podcast, you've mentioned it to me.
I feel like I've definitely mentioned it on the podcast. There's no way I haven't. You know what? No, I'm going to go out and say it. That is my favorite Pokemon game generation, whatever. Yeah, I'm just going to say it. But yeah, I think very optimistic about like this trailer and like all that stuff. Excuse me.
I'm more excited for the Pokemon FPS game. That's what I'm looking forward to.
The one that got taken down?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Nintendo was like, fuck no.
Yet apparently they leave Revolutions alone.
That's ridiculous. Because they took down Pokemon Uranium as well.
Like Revolutions apparently has like hundreds of thousands of players. It's so weird.
Nintendo's weird. Fuck Nintendo. But also I love you. I'll suck your dick. We're moving on from that.
That's a good way to end that.
Yeah, that is a good way to end that segment. But next up is something that I went home this weekend I saw my family, and immediately I step into my brother's room, who is addicted to Destiny 2, just plays the ever-loving hell out of that game. And he looks at me bug-eyed, and he's like, hey, you have to talk about the new campaign that just dropped on Destiny 2. It is the Witch Queen campaign. It released on Tuesday of last week. And anecdotes from a local D2 addict, aka my little brother. He says this is the best campaign we've had in years. Which I have no insight on. I have never played. I actually don't really like Destiny. I've played it on his PlayStation, and I was like, nah, not for me. But apparently, it's really, really good. If you played Destiny in the past and you kind of like stopped playing, apparently it is worth it to log back on for.
Damn,
bro,
which is pretty huge,
bro. Mm-hmm. I already got to buy Elden Ring. I am not spending $120 on video games this month.
That's true. That's true. But apparently it is worth it if you drop the money on it. Yeah, I don't know. Not much else to say about that other than I'm surprised that people are still working on D2.
Yeah,
I
right.
guess. I thought that it had kind of reached the end of its life, and what's it? What is it? What's the company that
is
works
it
on
Bungie?
it? Oh my god.
Yes.
Bungie, yes. I thought that Bungie would have moved on, but nope, they're still milking that cash cow.
Man, if it's making money, they're not going to stop. I mean, look at GTA Online.
True. Interesting. You know what isn't a cash cow? Knockout City. Cord, why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, the Knockout City was a dodgeball game that was released by EA like last year around summertime. Is now branching off from EA and is going free to play.
Oh,
there's not a lot of details why EA is letting this independent company kind of go with its property like that, but the game definitely isn't performing the best, with the Steam player counts hitting a max of 111 concurrent players on any given day of the week.
Damn,
that's lower than Black Ops 2.
Which is a shame, because while I haven't touched that game in over a year, it is definitely a very well-made dodgeball game. Which apparently
you're praising this. You're praising this.
Yeah, it sounds like we should play it.
It sounds like you might be the mayor of Knockout City.
We could all play it and literally become 3% of all the players.
Yo,
Noc did not get that joke.
No, he didn't.
I don't think I was paying attention. Go on.
He has a YouTube video that's old as shit called "The Mayor of Knockout City."
Yep.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Oh my god! I had to slip that in there whenever I saw you.
Oh my
I
goodness!
saw that you had Knockout City in here, and I was like, "Oh, I gotta do it to him." You're not safe.
Hey man. Once a mayor of Knockout City, always a mayor of Knockout City.
Oh my god. All right. Next up, I'm gonna take this next one. We're gonna talk about Valve again for just a little bit.
Valve's all over
Reviving.
Valve is all over the news, and Gabe Newell is all over the news again. I did find out it's not Gaben. I'm so sorry. It's just that he says it funny in that one Half-Life thing. But anyways,
wow.
Gabe Newell is on. He's making headlines again, and it's a silly reason. It's because Gabe has been hand delivering Steam Decks to people.
Is pretty cool.
Just like in the area. It is sick. It's so cool. I don't think there's really a reason why. I think he was just like kind of just doing it. I don't know. Like I don't think they've gotten really a statement much out of him.
That's when you know you like see or is like passionate about the company and the projects that they're working on. That this guy is willing to get out there with the product that they've just launched and literally hand deliver it to people. Can you imagine being one of the guys who's like super psyched about getting this release and have the man himself deliver it to you by hand?
Oh God.
Bro, BRB, so gotta move to San Diego real quick.
Is that where he lives?
I'm sorry?
Seattle.
Moving to Seattle, not San Diego. Correction.
Yeah, so if you have ordered a Steam Deck in Seattle, be on the lookout because you might just get to meet a fucking legend of gaming history and current gaming just world. So yeah,
He doesn't want to
being
meet
one of the
cool
guys
that he would
getting
do that.
getting your Steam Deck fucking hand delivered by him and just being like, "We're Half-Life 3."
Oh my god. Oh, I'm sure he's heard it all. Man. I'm sure he can take the
everyone wants to
jokes.
hear from Gaben Newell where Half-Life 3 is.
Gaben. Oh man. That is such a cool CEO thing though. And like Noc said earlier, it reminds me of like literally the companies that like started off as like door-to-door salesmen.
Yeah.
Like shit like that. He's just like he's making sure it's going out. He's making sure everything's fine, you know? I honestly big respect toward him. Big respect. I think that's the coolest thing a CEO can do for a company that big.
Definitely.
Anyways, speaking of companies that are really, really big, Cord, what is Activision doing?
Oh, yeah. It was announced earlier last week that Call of Duty Activision will be releasing Modern Warfare 2 near the end of this year. Okay. And then there will not be another COD entry for 2 years.
For 2 years?
2 years, yeah. They're taking a year break. There will not be a COD 2023 for the first time in 20 years.
Dude. 30-year-old alcoholic gamers everywhere are crying.
Oh man. God. Maybe they can take some of that effort, some of that time that they're taking between releases and making an actual good COD for once.
That's what the hope is.
Exactly what it is.
What the hope is.
Yeah, I think they're trying to focus on making a good product this time around.
Hopefully.
Mm-hmm. So wait, which studio will be behind that one though? Is it Activision?
Infinity Ward.
Sorry. Wait.
Infinity Ward is making the
I guess it would be
Modern Warfare 2, and then I think Treyarch is behind whatever 2020.
Okay.
3 is, right? No, wait. We're in 2021, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
We're in 2022.
No, we're not. We're in 2022. Yeah, whatever COD 2024 is.
Yes, there we go. You got there. Yeah, interesting. I'm down to see a COD game that takes its time like this. I'm kind of actually really happy that they're doing this because we've talked about it literally countless times on this podcast that devs being rushed just makes shitty games and nobody is happy about that. We saw it kind of happen with Cyberpunk literally taking probably I think a year and a half to be good enough to, solidly play. And that the effects of just the gaming market in and around all of those events was just chaos. So I'm glad this is happening. I think that things will calm down for a little bit.
Speaking of Cyberpunk, did we actually talk about the whole 1.5 next gen update? I think that was 2 weeks ago.
Not that I can remember. I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah, they made a new big update. That's about it.
1.5 next gen update these nuts, boy.
Damn, bro, you really did him dirty like that. It's fucked up. I think you should apologize and also say 2 nice things about him.
About Cyberpunk?
No, about not. Wow.
That's what I thought he was talking about.
Yeah, that was very unclear. Thank you.
Shit, I did a dumb to myself. My bad.
Noc is a nerd about Pokemon, and he's a Pokemon about nerd. Moving on.
Those aren't nice things.
What?
Those are very nice things.
My brain. I can't. My brain hurt whenever you said that. I don't know what you just said. It was wild.
Man, be wilding out here.
Oh my god! No, you're wild and not me. What the fuck?
End of podcast vibes.
End of podcast vibes.
Your end of podcast vibes. It has been.
Oh man,
I was trying to close this out, you asshole.
Oh, were you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Close this out then, asshole.
Give me a big smooch. Give me a big smooch, Cord. Come here. Hell yeah! All right. Thank you guys so much for watching. This has been this week's episode of the Meme and Dive podcast. As always, we'll be coming back next week with more news. Give us a follow, give us a subscribe, and please do comment on this video whether you do want to see streams or meme compilation highlights or stuff like that. Just because we want direction and we want to know your opinions on that stuff. Because anyways, now that that's all said, socials. I'll go first. I am Musio on Twitch. I am MUZI0H_. On Twitter, I am at It's Musio, same spelling. Noc, where can we find you?
Man, a manner of places. My website at Noc.V.net and Spotify, Noc.V.
Ooh.
Okay.
How about you, Cord?
He said the dot.
I'm fucking done.
Oh shit.
Where can we find you, Cord?
Cord_gamer on everywhere except OnlyFans.
And Grindr.
Shh, you weren't supposed to tell them about that one. God.
Oh my god.
I need the hot ladies in my DMs, all right? I'm not going to get that if you keep speaking about my Grindr account. God.
You'll get hot men, bro.
I need my medium tits in my life, bro. I'm not going to get the medium tits from my life from hot men, bro.
Some men can give you that.
I mean, yeah. All right, let's fucking end this shit. We'll see y'all next week. Bye.